I've had enough of being a strong, independent woman today. So that's it. What is up, guys? Sam from Rad Junk here, and today we are at the RadBar. The junk is closed today, the bar is closed today, and I'm here waiting on some beer deliveries. Normally Kenna does that, but you know, she's got some stuff she had to do today, so I'm up here trying to accomplish things. Will I? Who knows? But yeah, you know, I had some plans for today for this video that are not gonna work out, you know, maybe it'll be something for next week. The plan was to go to the warehouse and pull out some games to swap out with stuff in here, but our AC at our house is broken, so Joe is at home getting that handled. Sweating, poor guy. So that's not gonna happen today because I can't move arcade games by myself. I also drive a relatively small SUV, so I can't fit an arcade game in there anyway. But we're gonna do some other stuff, you know. I'll show you guys some of the new beer we got in, and you know, we'll do something. It'll be interesting, maybe. I don't know. This is RadBar. It's like so much less exciting in here when all the lights are on. Got a couple of things that we need to repair, but we don't have parts for at the moment, hence why we were going to the warehouse. We took the stick out of this one to put into a Miss Pac-Man machine because the monitor on this is also a little bit wonky, so you know, we're waiting on the stick for that. I think some things need to be rewired in here too. So Pac-Man is, you know, it's just down for now because there's nothing that I can do about it. We've also, let's see, everything else is pretty much working right now except for Mortal Kombat, because we fixed the monitor on this and then it went out again. So I think what I might do for now, which is not really super ideal, but at least there'll be a working game there, is that I'm gonna take this Sunset Riders, complete with Shrek balloon, and I'm gonna move that over because Sunset Riders does work. It's just, I don't know, the cabinet's just kind of not in the best shape. But, you know, the plan was to move that out of here, but I think that might not happen until like Friday. So I might just roll that over to where Mortal Kombat is because I would rather have a working but ugly game than a not working game out. So I think we might do that. Luckily, I have some refrigerator rollers, which makes it a lot easier for my small noodles to move. So we're probably going to do that. So if you own an arcade or any business where you have to move heavy equipment, this right here, I would recommend having. It'll save your life. They're refrigerator movers, but they come really in handy for arcade games. So I've got 2 of them. I'm gonna use them to move this gigantic, supremely heavy Mortal Kombat machine that I could not otherwise dolly. So, you know, we'll just put this on the ground. You know, we're gonna level them up. And then basically just tilt the machine back, slide these under, and we will roll this away. This machine is extremely, extremely heavy, which is part of why fixing it is such a pain because it's large and this monitor weighs like, I don't know, a lot, more than me. I really wish I had a dolly here. That way I could just like more easily prop this up and roll these in, but I don't. So we're working with what we got, which is, you know, just me a noodle. Okay, I lied. The dolly actually is here, but it's not of much help to me right now. Okay, and we're steady, and we're rolling. Woo! Beer delivery got here, yay! Which means technically I can leave now as soon as I put them away. I'm not going to because I have more stuff to do, but most of the new stuff for this week got delivered yesterday, but I do want to show you guys, you know, these little sakes because they're really cute and they're fun to drink. So most of what we serve here is single serve in cans and bottles. You'll notice my very large, extensive fridge behind me. You know, we do carry a small selection of draft. You know, we've got 6 taps here, but most of it's in cans and bottles, and that's just because when we opened, we were trying to think of like the best way for people to be able to have drinks, but like what's gonna spill the least on my arcade games. So, you know, it's easier stuff to carry around, set down, play a game, and not spill everywhere. And if you do spill it, you know, it comes out of a can a lot slower. You know, but so the sake that we have is just, you know, single serve, cute little things. The first one, this one's my favorite. It's the Lucky Dog. It comes in like a little juice box. So it's got a little straw attached. You just punch it in and like drink it like a little juice box. It's adorable. We've got the Snow Angel. It's Nagori. It's, you know, little cute bottle. Again, single serve because that's what's easy. And then this one I really love because it comes in just like a straight up glass that you can drink and use it later. But it's the little sumo. And then, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of really cool options for single serve sake, and they get kind of creative with the containers, so we appreciate that. So those are going to go out, you know, you can buy those because per our licensing, I've probably said this before, but like liquor licenses where we live are really hard to get. They have a lottery system where they issue one per county. Per year, you have to pay like $100 to enter the lottery, and you know, maybe you'll get it, or maybe somebody who doesn't even live here will get it, because that's what happened this year. So goodbye to my $100. But anybody can get a beer and wine license, and it's like $300 a year. So, you know, we can have beer, wine, sake, cider, anything that's brewed, essentially. We can also have those like pre-made vodka seltzer drinks, but they have to be under 6%, but we're allowed to carry those. So, you know, there's plenty of things that you can drink without having liquor. So, you know, that's kind of why we have such an extensive beer list. You know, I've gone into this before, but no, it's been a minute, so we're going to talk about it again. A lot of the new stuff did go out yesterday, but, you know, Starbucks now has their PSLs out, so now we have to have pumpkin beer. You know, we got the Drunken Pumpkins. This is from Third Planet. This is a local brewery. It's probably like 20 minutes from here. They make good stuff. We got the Lantern Pumpkin Ale. Got these hard Italian sodas that are really good. Let's see what else. We got Ace Pumpkin, because, you know, it's pumpkin season, baby. We got, you know, a Fest beer, because it's Oktoberfest time. Let's see what else. I mean, we have a lot of beer. Oh, I'll show you guys this one that's really cool. It's like Princess Peach sour. Or wait, no, this isn't a sour. This is a cream ale. Yeah, it's called Peaches and Queen. It's from 903 Brewing. It's cute. Fits the theme very well. Let's see what else. Got a lot of cider because we just sell ciders like crazy. Let me think of what else. Oh, this is a cool one to show you guys because, again, good for the theme. Got Super Mars and Bros. You know, very very on theme for us. It's an Oktoberfest lager because it is that time of year. You know, pecan ale from Abita. Got a maple warlock, which is like a maple pumpkin stout. If you've ever had any of the Southern Tier beers, they make some like really crazy good stuff. It's pretty sweet, but it's very good. You know, we got sours galore. We have a lot of stuff here. This thing just like barely fits past the pump it up, like, Adjust my camera angle so you guys can see the whole struggle. There's like a little lip here where the floor changes because it goes from like concrete to tile, and it's getting caught on that. But that's okay. We're gonna make it. We got this. All right, up next on my business to-do list, I'm trying to film a short surrounding our Killer Queen machine because we're doing a tournament on Sunday, and you know, I'm trying to get cinematic with it, but we'll see. We'll see how well my video editing skills end up being. I don't know. But I'm also trying to, you know, just make sure that all the buttons are good and nothing needs to be replaced. If you have never played Killer Queen before, the premise, you know, is that you're the queen, and hold on, let me get over to the other side. So you can have up to 10 players on this game, and there's 3 different ways you can win, right? So 3 ways to die, I guess. So you either have to kill the other team's queen, hence the Killer Queen, or you can get the economic victory. So see how these little NPCs over here are getting berries and putting them in here? If you collect all of those berries, you'll win. And then you can also win by a snail victory. So if you're sneaky enough and nobody notices you riding the snail to the other side, you'll win that way too. But generally people go for the military victory where they kill each other's queens. But it's really fun. We're having a tournament on Sunday, so I gotta make sure that game is up and running. But you know, once you get like 10 players in here, it's crazy. It's a really good time. But yeah, come to RadBar, come play Killer Queen. We're on the tile. This is gonna should slide pretty easily across the floor. So I'm gonna get those fridge movers off and put them under Sunset Riders and pray for the best. Okay, I might have been a little premature with removing those fridge rollers. This machine is so freaking heavy. Like, I don't have as hard of a time moving standard machines, but of course, you know, when I'm here by myself, I pick the 2 biggest machines to swap because why not? I love to make my life difficult. Also, this is a reminder to lift with your legs, not your back, in all aspects of your life. I just lost an entire fridge mover. Okay, so Sunset Riders was a bit of a struggle because on the underneath, it's not totally solid. There's 2 like, I don't know, I'm tired. I guess it's like a lip under there that you have to like have the movers just in the right spot, or else it just goes underneath the machine and it's useless. And trying to get those under there was a struggle. So let's hope that they stay in the place that they're supposed to stay, and I don't get this thing stuck in the middle of the floor because I don't genuinely think that I can move it with a dolly. we did it. Woo! All right, so now I just need to plug it in and, you know, make sure that it's, you know, set up and good. And I also need to put that back panel back on. Not that it's really in a place where anyone's going to be able to get to it, but still, you know, safety. And yeah, the Shrek balloon stays. All right, I said Shrek was staying, but I've actually got to fix this marquee light, so Shrek balloon can go on the broken Mortal Kombat for now. He gets to stay, just not on Sunset Riders. All right, so she's up and running. Like I said, she's not the prettiest cabinet, but it's a working game instead of a not working game. The only thing is the marquee light is out, so I'm gonna replace that real quick. Show you guys how. It's super easy. Okay, so you've got 4 screws. You know, there's typically on these, there's a plate right here, so you have to unscrew the screws and get rid of that plate. So upon taking this apart and putting a new light bulb in it, the light fixture just doesn't work. And I don't know if that was like that before we moved it off the floor or not. I don't remember. But I am not so good with wiring and stuff, so I'm gonna leave that one to Joe. I've had enough of being a strong, independent woman today, so that's it. I'm gonna put this marquee back on and then I'm done for the day. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. I've done about all I have the willpower to do today. If you're watching this before the Killer Queen tournament, make sure you come by and play. You could win, you know, there's a $300 prize pot. That is Sunday, August 31st. And make sure, let's see, we got Really Rad Weekend coming up. That's November 8th and 9th. We're also going to be running a Killer Queen tournament at our pre-party. That's the Friday night before at RadBar. So definitely check that out, reallyradweekend.com. It's, you know, a convention on the beach. It's a good time. Hopefully next week we'll try to get into the warehouse. We'll see how the weather is, and, you know, hopefully nothing else will break so we can get in there and kind of get some stuff moved and rearranged in here. But yeah, that's it. That's a day at RadBar. So make sure you like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and most importantly, stay rad.